Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mass Retirees Weekly Update. Today's Friday, April 21st. I'm Sean Duhamel. Thank you so much for joining with us and tuning in again this week. Now, the bulk of this week's message is going to focus on the ongoing work taking place on Beacon Hill to increase the state and teacher COLA base. But before I get into those details, let me first remind everybody that we have another upcoming area meeting. This time it will be this coming Thursday, April 27th. In Leominster at the Leominster-Fitchburg Elks. This is a new location for our meeting. The details are contained in today's email message to all of you, also on our website, massretirees.com, under the events section. And of course, on page 3 of the newsletter is a complete listing of all of our upcoming events, whether they be in-person area meetings or virtual teletown halls. As all of you know, we're going to continue to meet both in person and virtually going forward. It's a great way for us to stay in contact with everybody. This past Friday, we had a great meeting in Medford at the Medford Malden Elks. We had a nice turnout of members, and it's just wonderful to see people face to face and get back to certain parts of the state that we hadn't been to since the beginnings of the pandemic. And if you ever want to meet with us personally or just have the opportunity to say hello in person, our area meetings are always a great way to do that. They are open to all Mass Retirees members. You're welcome to bring a guest, and we always have a cash door prize at the end of the meeting for those members who are still in attendance when the meeting wraps up. So with that, let me jump into, one more point about our area meetings. I didn't give you the time. The area meetings always start at 11 a.m. unless we otherwise note. Our virtual teletown hall meetings, because they play to a national audience, always take place at 1 p.m. So that's the difference between the two. But let me get back to the budget process. So as we noted in last week's message, we have filed one amendment to the state budget. That is amendment number 808. It is sponsored by State Representative Mark Cusack, who is the chairman of the House Committee or the Joint Committee on Revenue, but he is the House chairman. Representative Cusack represents the town of Braintree, and we are very thankful for his support. He has been a strong supporter of public retirees throughout his time in the House, but as a member of the House leadership over the past few years, Chairman Cusack has been really instrumental in helping to advance COLA policy through the House of Representatives and ultimately becoming state law to benefit our members. So this go around, he has filed amendment number 808. As of the recording of this video late on Thursday afternoon, we have about 36 co-sponsors already, largely because of the outreach of our members over the past week. If you have not done so already, and if you live here in Massachusetts, please reach out to your local state representative. Ask them to please support Amendment 808 and become a co-sponsor of Amendment 808. The information of how to contact your local state representative is included in today's email message. However, if you do contact your state rep, what we ask you to do is either call their state house office or send an email to the email address that you'll find on the website that's linked into today's email. The reason for that is if you send a traditional letter, it's not going to get there in time. The debate and the vote on this amendment will take place this coming week, so really time is of the essence. So what we have proposed is pretty straightforward. We are proposing a $3,000 increase in the state and teacher COLA base. That would be an increase from the current $13,000 base up to a $16,000 base. We believe that the ongoing success of the PRIT Fund, which of course invests all of the state and teacher retiree pension assets, that the success of that system, really going all the way back to 1985, but more recently over the past 10 years, we have seen a great deal of success and growth of pension assets, and we are simply asking that that success be shared with state and teacher retirees. It's the right thing to do. It's very needed, as all of you know, just in terms of keeping up with inflation. And we also believe that because of the success of those asset returns, that this is affordable. Because we cannot overlook the fact that a $3,000 increase, while it may not seem like a lot of money and it is a relatively modest increase, it carries an unfunded liability price tag of about $1.5 billion. That's $1.5 billion added to the pensions liability to just increase it $3,000. On an ongoing basis, year over year, this would add about $150 million to the state's budget appropriation, which for FY24, which is the upcoming fiscal year, the current appropriation is $4.1 billion of state money going into the pension system to fund the state's responsibility for both state and teacher retirees and all future retirees. So there's no getting around the fact that this is a large financial hurdle that we have to overcome. That's why the system operates with a COLA base, and we've been successful over the years of making modest incremental increases in that base, but the last increase was 12 years ago. We are well overdue. The system, again, has done well over this period of time. We know that we've gone through, over the past 2.5 years or so, a period of record high inflation in terms of this generation, and it's very much needed to increase this base. Now, at the local level, we have seen a great deal of success just in the past year to 2 years from local retirement systems and local legislative bodies working together, again, to share that success of the retirement system with local retirees. And we've been publishing that data in the newsletter on our website. It's, again, listed in today's email message. And one bit of information I want to follow up on that we received after we went to press last week with this video and with our weekly message came from Bristol County. In addition to Bristol County being the first system to increase the COLA base beyond $18,000 and getting to a new level of $20,000, they also just last week opted to increase the 3% COLA for FY23 to the full 5% COLA, and that was adopted by a supermajority of the towns that make up the Bristol County retirement system. So that COLA increase, going all the way to 5% up from 3%, the additional 2% will be retroactive back to July 1st of 2022. Bristol County joins Norfolk County as the two county or regional retirement systems that have implemented the 5% COLA for FY23. We believe that at least one, if not two, additional county or regional systems are very close to achieving local approval, and we'll be updating all of you on that process going forward. But we've had a great deal of success at the local level. We are cautiously optimistic that we're going to be successful through the state budget process this year of increasing the state and teacher COLA base. And again, what you can do to help us achieve that success is by reaching out and contacting your local state representative. Hopefully by this time next week, we'll have some good news to share. Once the House completes its process late next week, the budget will then go to the state Senate, and the Senate will be taking up its version of the budget the week leading into Memorial Day weekend in late May. So that's where things stand at this point. Tune in to our website, our Facebook page, our hotline that's recorded. We will be providing any late-breaking information on this issue or other issues that may come up in the coming days through those processes. And again, you can look forward to receiving this update next Friday on the final day of April, at least the final business day of April, as we move forward into the month of May. But thank you again for tuning in and for your support, and we will talk to you again very soon. Bye, everybody.